Thanks for dropping in. This is a Clicky piano fidget. In its creation is a bit of an accident. You see, I'm always testing out mechanisms that might work in future puzzle boxes. Hidden buttons, sliding panels, that sort of thing. One of those experiments was a magnetically held lever. Nothing fancy, it just has a nice springy snap and a good fidgety feel. It felt like a piano key. So let's forget the puzzle box. In this video, we're building a Clicky piano fidget. We'll need to print 7 white keys, 5 black keys, a standing bass, left and right bass caps, and 4 bass pins. For the most part, these are very easy prints, but the D, G, and A keys have a huge overhang that requires supports. At least the supported section is hidden when assembled, so the surface doesn't have to look great. In addition to the 3D printed parts, we'll need 24 6x3mm magnets. That's 2 magnets for every key. That brings us to our first and longest step, installing those magnets. Each key has 2 magnet holes, one on the back and one on the bottom. The bottom magnet is optional, so we're going to ignore those and instead only install magnets on the back face. Assembly will go more smoothly if you keep the same magnet orientation for all 12 keys. When installed properly, the magnets will sit slightly below the key surface. To make sure they're fully seated, I used a clamp and a second magnet. I designed the magnet holes to be really tight, but if the magnets feel loose to you, add a few drops of glue just to make sure they stay in place. Next is the base. Just like the keys, this includes 2 sets of magnet holes. We're adding magnets only to the back face, here. These should be oriented to pull the key toward the base, so triple check your polarity before starting. And once again, add glue if the magnets feel loose. Okay, we're past the tedious work. Next, we'll slide on all the keys, starting with C on the left. Before we go any further, let's make sure everything's clicking as expected. If any of the keys feel too soft, this would be a good time to install that second set of magnets. Although, unlike the magnets we already installed, these should be oriented to repel the key from the base. Don't mix that up, or you'll have a very unsatisfying piano fidget. Now that all the keys are installed, we can cap off the base. Pick one side and slide in 2 lock pins. These basically work like the connectors on Printy panels, because I can't stop myself from reusing an old trick. Once both pins are in place, line up the side cap and slide it on. And finally, repeat that last step with the other side of the piano. In my print, this connection was tight enough not to need glue, although your results might vary. In any case, it's done. Although, maybe not really. I'm sure you're thinking it too. What if this were a little bit more than a clicky fidget? Yes, this might be the project that forces me to break out the breadboards and limit switches. But I'm going to save that for another project. So until next time, happy printing and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Since you did, here's the bonus model. Yeah, in the last video, I said I was going to take a break from Printy panel remixes, but this was a remix request that I felt couldn't wait. These are TPU Printy panel locks. Use them in your more permanent configurations to keep connectors locked in place. These come in a few different formats, including this 2-layer lock that's really useful for stacked panels. Okay, I'm actually starting the Printy panel break now. Probably.